Guys?
All right, Steve, thank you. You know, it's easy to become distracted by the daily discourse in our cities and our country right now. And while it's our job to document these things, it's also our responsibility to provide context and remind all of us how we got here. You may have noticed these traffic cones here. They're protecting the new mural along East Pine Street. They were placed there by SDOT workers as crews cleared out and cleaned up pretty much everything around that mural. They wanted to protect the message, and sometimes that means taking a step back so you can see the bigger picture.
This is going to be really, really, loud, hopefully. Lives literally are at stake, and now you see it, and you can't ignore it.
At a crossroads of two pandemics,
There's a pandemic as well of Black lives being lost.
people are suffocating.
I can't breathe!
An injustice against one is an injustice against all.
And local artists are breathing new life into a changing landscape.
You're in it, and it's like you got all this space to do. You're on your hands and knees painting on concrete for 9-10 hours. The sun's beating on you.
I picked the B because black, brown, brilliance, it's for beginnings. It's just the beginning.
16 different visions covering one city block in just 24 hours.
I don't think everyone envisioned that we would all get it done within a day.
We knew what we were doing was important, but we didn't realize the response was going to be so intense.
In Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood,
We were just out there vibing. We're just having fun.
word on the street at the corner of 10th and East Pine spells out the reason why thousands have come to protest.
Seattle, we have a history of Black Panthers, we have farm workers, we have all these wonderful, beautiful, amazing organizations that stand up for human rights.
Each one of these letters is so personal. We all have our own little meaning for it. It's all varied, but on top of it all, it just makes this one big statement that we matter, like our children matter, and it's time to listen.
Every color you can imagine.
It's got teal in it, it's got white, yellow, blue, purple, and green.
We took our mom's ashes and we put it into the chartreuse color. This is Mama.
With a purpose and without a doubt.
If she were still alive, she would have been all about Black Lives Matter and how Seattle's shown our love and support for our brothers and sisters.
The world watched as the paint dried.
And now those layers are finally being unpeeled, and it's really painful, but it's necessary.
We're not even calling it a mural as much as it's a monument around a statement that needs to be told, shared, amplified around the world right now.
An artistic revolution
What does it mean in the world around you?
weaving its way around a collective effort.
As creatives, it is 100% our responsibility to document what's happening right now, because if we do not document it, history will say it didn't happen.
The foresight to see 2020 in hindsight.
So the future, which is the youth, can look and say 2020 was really a year of transition.
It was a moment. It was a moment.
At the crossroads of two pandemics.
Because we're dying, now it's like, guys, wake up, come on. Like, this is a pandemic in itself.
Maybe distance is the cure for both.
Really, this is a moment to have, everything change and start fresh.
If only we'd take a step back,
You just never think that people respond like this based on the color of someone's skin,
we'd be able to see the bigger picture.
but that's the part of America that just needs to change.
Wow. Well, that was shot by Q13 photojournalist Michael Driver. The artists tell me that they're working plans out with the city to maintain the monument and do touch-ups as needed because they want this thing to be permanent. They want it to be there as a part of history.
Yeah, hopefully the city pulls through in trying to find a way to keep this artwork, because as we talked about, we're going to look at this 10 years from now. We're going to look at this artwork, and not only is it beautiful, but it tells a story, it tells what people were feeling and thinking. So hopefully they can find a way to keep this artwork preserved for sure.
Yeah.
All right.